27 miles of terror. That's what prosecutors are calling a stretch of Alabama interstate that became the scene of a nightmare earlier this year. 1 truck, 8 crashes, and 1 young life lost. What started as a regular rush hour turned into chaos when a 31-year-old driver got behind the wheel with tequila in a water bottle and kratom in his system. Onlookers captured cell phone footage of a massive Peterbilt weaving dangerously, sparks flying, smoke trailing, and cars scrambling to avoid disaster. By the time it ended, the highway had been transformed into a corridor of panic, destruction, and heartbreak. It's hard to imagine just one person's decisions causing so much devastation in under half an hour. But this isn't just a cautionary tale. It's a story about choices, responsibility, and the devastating ripple effect of reckless behavior. John McAdams, a 31-year-old Alabama truck driver, made decisions that would turn an ordinary day into a tragedy. Earlier that morning, he pulled over on Interstate 65, cracked open a water bottle, but it wasn't water. Inside was tequila. Along with it, he reportedly took a small amount of kratom, an herbal supplement marketed as an energy booster and mood lifter, but illegal in Alabama. What happened next was chilling. After a brief nap, McAdams climbed back into his 2000 Peterbilt 18-wheeler and got back on the interstate. At the time, he couldn't know the scale of what was about to unfold, or the lives that would be caught in his path. One wrong decision, a few minutes of impaired driving, and the highway would soon descend into chaos. It didn't take long for the consequences of McAdams's actions to appear. Traveling at speeds of up to 85 mph, the massive rig swerved dangerously in and out of lanes. His first collision came with a sedan, which he struck with enough force to push it off the road. The driver survived, but the impact set off a domino effect that would continue for miles. Cell phone footage captured by other drivers shows the truck weaving uncontrollably, smoke trailing from its tires. Cars honked, drivers swerved, and panic spread like wildfire along the highway. This wasn't a simple accident. It was the beginning of a chain reaction, one that would shock everyone who witnessed it. Just 6 miles from the first crash, tragedy struck. William Hardrick, a 22-year-old college football player, was driving home after a long day. Hardrick, an Adamsville native who played for Austin Peay State University and Miami University in Ohio, would never reach his destination. McAdams's truck collided with his car, forcing it off the road. The vehicle overturned after hitting a ditch and guardrail, leaving Hardrick fatally injured. It was a devastating loss, a young life full of potential, gone in an instant. Family, friends, and teammates were left grappling with shock and grief. And while Hardrick's crash marked the deadliest point so far, it was far from the end of McAdams's destructive journey. The chaos continued as McAdams barreled down the interstate. An SUV was rear-ended, its driver forced to pull over in alarm. Another car was pushed off the road. Witnesses described a scene of pure panic, cars swerving, horns blaring, drivers desperate to escape the red Peterbilt weaving through traffic. The destruction stretched for 27 miles, leaving dozens shaken and vehicles damaged. Eventually, McAdams's truck could no longer be controlled. It came to a stop, engulfed in flames, marking the terrifying conclusion of his rampage. Cell phone footage from bystanders captured the aftermath. Smoke rising from the wreck, emergency vehicles rushing to the scene, and the stunned faces of motorists who had narrowly escaped. Once the truck finally stopped, authorities began piecing together the extent of McAdams's actions. He agreed to field sobriety tests, which revealed signs of impairment. His blood alcohol content registered at 0.09, more than double the legal limit for commercial drivers, which is 0.04. Investigators also documented the presence of kratom, which McAdams admitted taking before driving. McAdams reportedly told authorities he couldn't recall key moments of the crashes, citing memory gaps after a nap. Despite this claim, evidence painted a clear picture. His choices directly caused panic, multiple collisions, and the tragic death of William Hardrick. The road became a corridor of fear, chaos, and destruction, all triggered by a single driver's impaired decision-making. The story quickly ignited outrage. McAdams was indicted on 1 count of murder, 6 counts of leaving the scene, DUI, and trafficking synthetic drugs. Online, people expressed disbelief, anger, and frustration. Social media erupted with debates about trucking safety, substance use, and how such incidents could have been prevented. Rumors circulated, questions arose, and the public's concern highlighted a chilling truth. The consequences of reckless driving extend far beyond the courtroom. One mistake can ripple through a community, leaving lives altered and public trust shaken. 27 Miles of Terror is more than a headline. It's a stark reminder of how quickly life can change on the road. One driver's poor choices destroyed property, terrified hundreds, and claimed a promising young life. William Hardrick's death is a heartbreaking example of what can happen in seconds, reminding us that responsibility, awareness, and caution aren't just ideals, they save lives. While McAdams faces serious legal consequences, the story leaves a bigger question. How do we protect roads, communities, and families from disasters that could have been prevented? Every driver has the power to make choices that affect countless others, and this case is a chilling testament to what can happen when that responsibility is ignored.